Hello guys, welcome back to Self Study YouTube channel. This video lecture is for 10th standard SSC board students, and today we are going to discuss the exercise of location extent of geography. So till now we have completed the full chapter, entire chapter of lesson number 2, location and extent geography. Now we are going to discuss the exercise given on page number 13 of your textbook. So let us study it. So question number 1 we have is, are the sentences right or wrong? First one is, Brazil is mainly located in the southern hemisphere. We know that some part is in northern hemisphere, some part is in southern hemisphere, but most of the part is in, means mainly located, means most of the part is in southern hemisphere. So this is correct. Next we have is, the Tropic of Capricorn passes through middle of India. So Tropic of Cancer passes through middle of India, not Tropic of Capricorn. So this is wrong, and what will be the correct thing then? Tropic of, instead of Capricorn you have to write Cancer. Okay. Next we have is, the longitudinal extent of Brazil is less than India. It is wrong. The longitudinal extent of Brazil is more than India. Instead of less, write more. Okay. Next we have, equator passes through the northern part of Brazil. We see, if this is equator, this is northern part and this is southern part. So yes, it passes through the northern part of Brazil. What? Equator. Next, Brazil has coastline along the Pacific Ocean. We know that the coastline of Brazil is Atlantic Ocean, North and South Atlantic Ocean. So this is wrong. It is Atlantic Ocean. So Brazil has a coastline along the Atlantic Ocean, not Pacific Ocean. Next, Pakistan is a neighboring country to the southeast of Asia. No, this is again wrong. Not southeast, it is northwest. Pakistan is country to northwest. This is India, then Pakistan is here. So it is towards the northwest. So again this statement is wrong. The southern part of India is called peninsula. This statement is correct. We know that this part, southern part of India, is called peninsula. Okay. Let us move ahead with the second question, which is answer in brief. The first out of it is, what problems did Brazil and India face after independence? Problems faced by India we will discuss first. India was under British rule, we know, for more than a half century and gained independence in 1947. So the problems faced by India after independence, means after 1947, were that in the initial years, at the starting of the years after independence, means India fought 3 wars. 3 wars and famine situation was faced by India in various parts. Okay, so these were the problems faced by India, 3 wars and famine situation. This is your first point. And second point, after independence, India faced famine situation in various parts. So these were the problems faced by India. Now let us talk about Brazil. Brazil was under Portuguese rule, we know. So for how many years? For 3 centuries, means 300 years, and got independence in 1822. Also it was under the populist military rule 1930 to 1985. So Brazil after independence, means after Portuguese rule, also after the populist military rule, Brazil's problems were that it faced financial crisis. We know that there is a statement given in our textbook, it has overcome global financial difficulties in the late 20th century. Means recently it has overcome this financial crisis. Problems faced by Brazil were financial crisis. Okay. By India it was 3 wars and famine situation. By Brazil it is financial crisis. Are Brazil and India different from each other in terms of location? Now, the difference in the location of India and Brazil are, like, first, if we take into consideration first hemispheres, we know that India is located in the northern and eastern hemisphere, while Brazil mainly it is located in southern hemisphere. Some part is in northern hemisphere and also it lies in the western hemisphere. So according to hemisphere, this was the difference. India in northern and eastern, Brazil in southern, northern and western. Okay. If we take into consideration about the continent, India is located in the southern part of Asian continent. In Asia, India is located, okay, India. And Brazil is located in the northern part of South American continent. So, hemisphere we have northern and eastern for India, and continent for India is Asian, in that also southern part. And of Brazil, southern, northern and western hemisphere of Brazil, and continent of Brazil we have South American continent in that northern part. Okay, so this was the answer for the second question B. So write it in your own words. Next C is describe latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India and Brazil. So the answer to this question of latitudinal extent of India, we have 8 degree 4 minutes north to 37 degree 6 minutes north. This is latitude. Okay. Now longitudinal extent of India is 68 degree 7 minutes east to 97 degree 25 minutes east. Okay, so this is latitudinal extent of India and this is longitudinal extent of India. Now let us talk about Brazil. Brazil's latitudinal extent, okay, Brazil's latitudinal extent, we have 5 degree 15 minutes north to 33 degree 45 minutes south of Brazil. So this is the latitudinal extent of Brazil. And longitudinal extent of Brazil, we have 34 degree 45 minutes west to 73 degree 48 minutes west. So this is latitudinal, this is longitudinal extent of Brazil. So this was the difference between it. Next we have question number 3. Select the correct option. First, A is India's southernmost point is known as, we know it is Indira Point. These two countries in South America do not share their border with Brazil. If you have seen the previous video, you will know the answer. It is Chile and Ecuador. Both the countries have dash type of government. So both the countries have republic type of government. Which of the following shapes correctly show the coastal part of Brazil? So the coastal part of Brazil is this one. We know that Brazil, it is like this. So over here is North Atlantic, over here is South Atlantic. So it is somewhat like this. The answer is the first one. Which of the following shapes show the coastal part of India correctly? So it is this, like the peninsula, like this. This is the coastal part of India. Next, considering hemisphere, which shape correctly represent the hemisphere in which India lies? So India, we know it lies in northern hemisphere. Okay. Next, considering the hemisphere which correctly represents the hemisphere in which Brazil lies. Brazil lies mainly, okay, over here you can see mainly word. So mainly Brazil lies in southern hemisphere. Okay, so this was the exercise. Now one more thing I want to tell you is I have arranged a quiz on this particular chapter, which is location and extent of geography. So the link to this is in description box. You can click on the link and directly solve the questions. There are some questions, some are short answer type questions, some are MCQ questions. So you have to just solve them and you will get the result of it. So this type of link will be there in the description box, and when you will do that, you will get something like this. So it is the geography MCQs quiz. So you have to just click the correct alternative, where you can find a short answer type question as well. So you can see this, and at last just click this submit button over here, and when you submit this test, something like this will appear on your screen. Your response has been recorded and you just have to click this view score. You will get your total points like this, 20 on 20 like this, when you have solved all the answers correct. So check how much clear your concepts are, and this quiz will actually help you to understand the concept even more in detail. Do study and then solve this test. It is MCQ based, some short answers are also there. So I hope you like this video. If you did, consider subscribing to Self Study YouTube channel. Until then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you. Do solve this test and let me know your scores in the comment section. Thank you.